I don't know if some of these filmmakers think that viewers are stupid and so they overlook common sense in their stories, because these stories is just as if common sense is flying out of the window. And in this particular movie, common sense flew out of the window a couple of times. Anyways, hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'll be reviewing a movie and it is titled Hearts in Motion. It is showing on Uchenna Mbunabo TV and I'm very surprised it is showing there because doesn't even look like his movie. But then I got to find out that this movie was not produced by Uchenna Mbunabo himself. It's produced by TC Nachi. It was produced and directed by TC Nachi. So that says a lot about the movie not being Uche Mbunabo's production, if you know what I mean. It's just showing on the channel, but it wasn't produced by Uchenna Mbunabo. Anyways, let us get right into the review. Anyways, this movie is featuring Dike and Bimbo Ademoye. Seeing Bimbo Ademoye, I was saying, okay, this movie is going to be something. But anyways, it started off with Dike hitting Bimbo because it was actually her fault. She was not looking where she was going. And I understand the reason behind that. But yeah, he hit her with his car and she ended up in the hospital. So when you hit somebody and take the person to the hospital, what is the next move? You're either going to try to find out where this person comes from, or you involve the police to do that for you. Easy peasy, right? But then in this movie, he takes her to the hospital, and instead of trying to find out who she is, he decides to take her home, because the doctor said, oh, she's ready to go home, you have to take her home, blah blah blah. He's like, oh, I don't know who she is. If you don't know who she is, the next step is to try to find out who she is, take the necessary steps, okay? But he doesn't do that. He takes her home. That is my problem with this movie. It's not even like, how do you guys think? Who do you guys take us, the viewers, for? Like, what do you guys take us for? Common sense out of the goddamn window. They don't care. Okay, let me tell you why he took her home. Do you know why? Let me tell you why. Let me tell you the secret now. It is because these filmmakers or the producer or whoever is in charge of budgeting for this movie did not budget for an extra house where we will say, oh, this is Bimbo's house. So they don't budget for extra cast, extra house. Is probably going to be 4 or 5 people in the movie, highest 6 people in that particular movie. So they don't have all the time to start showing us Bimbo's people or her village or her house. You understand? So they just have to find a way to make all the cast be in the same house. That is also the reason why Dike's girlfriend in this movie was literally living in that house with them. And they just, had to bring up a couple of things that made her not stay in the house for some time. But it was as if she was living there. So it was as if all the cast in this movie, except the doctor, yeah, all the cast in this movie were in one house. So that is just it. There's no other reason. The reason why all of them are in the same house is because they cannot provide for extra cast, cannot provide for extra, set and location and all those things. So it's usually 4 to 6 casts in one movie and one house for the whole film. That is Nollywood for you. Okay, so he takes her to his house and she's now in a wheelchair. She's mute because she decided not to talk. She's traumatized, about what happened to her mother, and she's just in his house and being a little bitch. I don't know why they have to make everybody in a wheelchair a bitch, a literal bitch. In all the movies, in all the Nollywood movies that you see a person in a wheelchair, it is most likely that that person is going to be a what do they call it? A pain in the ass, literally. It was so annoying. Now look road now, and this man has saved you. He didn't hit and run. Do you get? He hit you. He still took up the responsibility, took you to the hospital, paid the bills, brought you to his house, told his mate to get you clothes, right? Feeding you, housing you, and You're just being an absolute. So, the name of the female lead is Nora, right? And she was mute. By the time she was brought to this guy's house, she was mute, meaning that she wasn't talking to anybody. She hasn't introduced herself. Nobody knew her name. Even the guy was asking her, "What's your name?" And she was just quiet. But I noticed that the maid addressed her as Nora. I think that was the first time, the time the maid came to serve her, give her food. She called her Nora. She said Nora and something something. How did she know the name? Now, that was probably a mistake, but isn't that why we have a script supervisor on set? The script supervisor should have noticed that, heard her call this person Nora. She didn't know her name, so how did she address her by that name? I couldn't fail but to notice, because I couldn't help. I couldn't help but to notice, because script supervisor is supposed to be there. They're supposed to hear all those things. Even if the script supervisor did not hear it, the DOP should have heard it. The director should have heard it. I just think that sometimes these people don't even read the script they are shooting. Trust me, the DOP has no idea what is going on in this movie. He's just there to shoot whatever the director says, shoot. Sometimes the people on set don't even know what is happening in the next scene. They have no idea. They are just there to shoot that particular scene and move. They don't know the story. They don't know the vision of the story, and it is so freaking annoying, so flipping annoying. Like, it is so common in Nollywood. It gives me headache. Their own is just to come and do their work. Of course, is your own is just to come and do your work. If your own is costume, just do your costume and go. But you should know the story. I believe that anybody that is going to be on the set of that movie should have seen the script and read it. Read it with the actors. It's not only the actors that are supposed to read this. I promise you, if you read the story, understand it, know the characters, and know what is going on in their mind, you will do a better job, because at that time you have a vision. You know how this scene is. Are you not a human being? Like, don't you have? Moving on. For someone whose mother died, I think this Nora character delayed a bit before going to, pay her mother the last respect. She was there too much. She wasn't even mute because of a medical condition. She said it herself that she decided to just keep quiet. For someone who lost a parent, a mother, and this person had rescued you, you're now in their house, okay? It's not like you're sick anymore. You're just bound to that wheelchair. You can talk, but you decided to. Why not tell this guy, your mother died, I just want to go home, I just want to go and pay her the last respect, and blah blah blah. I think she wasted a lot of time. I think she even forgot it. The writer probably just forgot about the mother that died and about common sense. Just, she sacrificed that part of the story to develop a love story. So when Declan and his girlfriend were, arguing, and his girlfriend was like, "You're leaving me for this," or like, I can't even remember. Most of the things that happened in this film is quite forgettable, so I don't care. So when they were arguing, something like that, he's like, "Nora showed me a different kind of love." How? When? Like, okay, are you not supposed to be taking care of this lady that you hate? But you don't you nice, you have been so carried away that you fell in love with her. How? Okay, all the time that these people were supposed to use to develop this love story properly, since they really wanted to make it about love, all the time that they had, though, they used it to repeat scenes where the girlfriend was married. Just come out the girlfriend, come out her, because it's just as if the girlfriend was a stepping stone for them to fall in love, if you look at it. Because shebi, you were with this girl, you've been with her since, you're supposed to have seen some kind of characteristics that will say this is how this girl is. But because you have seen Nora, a poor girl and a rich man, think I don't know what to put it there. Think I not see what. Anyways, let us keep going. Anyways, I did not go into this movie with high hopes. Trust me. I've seen the poster here and there on Instagram and on YouTube. But personally, it didn't look like something I wanted to watch. The title isn't catchy. The title is not catchy. And definitely not the thumbnail. Definitely not that poster they put there. Who did that poster? I bet you I can do a better poster. The thumbnail was not catchy to me. It did not catch me at all. When I saw wheelchair itself, I just scrolled past. I wasn't interested in watching it. But then, I decided to say, okay, let me patronize my brothers and my strengths. Let me just watch it. Somebody recommended it. Somebody said, just go and give this movie a watch. I said, okay, let me carry myself and go and look at it. Only for people don't know that it's data that I'm using to watch these things. And I'm using my data to watch this thing. I think this movie is about an hour and 32 minutes or so, 31 minutes, whatever. But, bro. So I can't say it disappointed me because I didn't really go into it, with high hopes or anything. I just watched it because somebody said, give it a watch. So I'm not disappointed. I don't really care about the movie. It's quite forgettable. So I just finished watching it. That's why I did this review now. So I don't forget what I watched because trust me, in the next 1 hour, I'll forget about this movie. Anyways, that is the end of this review. Peace.